Are you wearing a costume? Have you decided what you're going to be for Halloween this year? Who is a person that you might want to impersonate? Put on a costume that replicates their demeanor and their persona and maybe even their visage. We all wear costumes. We wear costumes every day when we get dressed for the morning. And those costumes sometimes portray a personality. When people look at us, they make assumptions based on our clothing or our makeup or our hairstyles. Often those perceptions are incorrect, but I feel like more often than not, they do give an idea of the person behind the mask. Sometimes people ask me if I'm an artist. And I always say, no, I'm not an artist. I don't deserve that term. I have not sold a single painting. Is that the thing that defines art? Have we made a sale? I hope not. There are many, many types of creativity. And sometimes we think of pro-C creativity, those people who do make a living off of selling their art, as the ideal. But there's also little c creativity. These are the people who paint pictures to hang on their own walls or give to friends. They make their own clothes or upcycle. They create their own meals and dishes and baked goods. They decorate their own homes. They might enjoy making pottery or woodworking. And they have no intention of making that craft into a business. Little c creatives find joy in the process of doing. They can lose hours as they slip into the flow state of creativity where time slips away. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. So, what costume are you choosing to put on today? What do you want people to look at you and understand? I'm thinking about the Halloween costume and wearing an artist's smock and carrying around a painter's palette. Maybe I want to portray myself as Rembrandt or Michelangelo. Maybe this might be a more fun idea, to portray myself as Picasso and have my mask be a cubist rendition of my own face with one eye up here and one eye down here. Wouldn't that be a hoot? Costumes reflect what is inside. I had a student once who wrote an essay about the costumes of the student. And I thought, well, that's such a silly topic. And then I read the essay and I realized how right he was. Students wear the costume of the jock or the goth or the studious preppy, we used to call them. Students these days don't wear polo shirts and chinos like they used to, but you can remember movies where that was true. And most of the time, I think students put on the costume to be not unlike other students. They want to fit in. They want to be part of the tribe. They don't want to be singled out. Every now and then, there will be the rebel. A student I had a couple years ago, his name was Jack. He wore a bow tie, a button-down shirt, and a jacket to his classes every single day. He definitely stood out among other students, and I think he loved the fact that he was a little bit different. Putting on the costume of the thing that you aspire to do. There was a very famous book, Dress for Success. They suggested that you dress the part of the job that you hoped to attain. If you come in to an interview for an admin's position, but you really aspire for management, look at what people in management wear. And that will give you an idea of what to do. Hello.
Hi. I like your red.
Thank you. Wear the costume of the job you hope to work at one day. Do you want to be a chef? Then find one of those jackets that buttons down the side. And what do they call those hats? Maybe just tie a bandana around your head. A lot of chefs, that is their attire. Do you want to be a personal trainer? Well, you got to wear a tracksuit of some sort. Although athleisure is very popular these days. Do you want to be an author? What does an author wear? I've often thought about making a vest for my author persona. It would have a lot of pockets for pens. It would have a big pocket on the back for a notepad. And it would have no place for an eraser because I'm not going to erase anything. And I would also make a little stuffed figure that I'm going to call the Muse to sit on my shoulder. And when I need inspiration, I could pull it off because it would be attached with Velcro and set it in front of me, and it would advise me on what to do. The costume of creativity. It needs to be colorful and it needs to be comfortable. It needs to be easy to put on, and it will be showy enough that people who see you are going to say, "Are you an artist?" Because you know what? You are. I'm Dr. B, the Creativity Sensei, and this month I am endeavoring to do a video every day with a Halloween theme. Today was about costumes. Don't you love a good costume? If you want to know more, please visit my website, doyourart.org. I'm there for you, always. I'll see you soon. A biento.